The surprise attack. On a quiet Tuesday morning, Earth changed forever. The skies turned dark as huge alien ships appeared out of nowhere. They were so big they blocked the sun, casting shadows over entire cities. At first, people thought it was a joke or a movie being filmed, but when the ships started shooting strange purple beams, everyone knew it was real. The beams didn't blow things up. Instead, they turned everything they touched into jelly. Cars, buildings, even roads, all became wobbly and useless. Behind this attack was Prince Zork, a young alien from a far-off planet. Zork was bored and wanted some fun. He had heard stories about Earth and thought it would be easy to take over. Humans are weak, he told his friends. They don't even have spaceships. This will be a piece of cake. Zork was in for a big surprise. As cities around the world turned to jelly, humans didn't run away screaming like in the movies. Instead, they got angry. Really angry. In New York, a hot dog seller threw his mustard at an alien ship. In Tokyo, a group of gamers used their quick reflexes to dodge the purple beams. In Lagos, a teacher used her loud voice to organize people into fighting groups. World leaders quickly called an emergency meeting. They met in a secret underground bunker, safe from the jelly beams. The U.S. President, the Chinese Premier, the Indian Prime Minister, and leaders from all over the world joined in. Even countries that didn't get along put aside their differences to face this new threat. "We need to fight back," said the Brazilian president, pounding her fist on the table. "But how?" asked the German chancellor. "Our weapons are useless against their ships." That's when the Australian Prime Minister had an idea. "We may not have fancy space weapons," she said with a grin, "but we have something better. We have human creativity." Meanwhile, regular people around the world were already fighting back in their own ways. In London, a chef discovered that throwing very spicy curry at the aliens made them sneeze uncontrollably. In Nairobi, a group of runners found they could outrun the slow-moving jelly beams. In Buenos Aires, tango dancers used their fancy footwork to confuse the alien targeting systems. Prince Zork couldn't believe what he was seeing. He had expected the humans to give up easily. Instead, they were fighting back with kitchen spices and dance moves. It didn't make any sense. "This isn't how it's supposed to go," Zork whined to his second-in-command. "Why aren't they surrendering?" "I don't know, Your Highness," the alien officer replied, scratching his three heads in confusion. "Our intelligence said humans were a primitive species, but they're adapting." As the first day of the attack came to an end, the aliens had managed to turn several major cities into jelly, but they hadn't counted on the human spirit. People were angry, yes, but they were also working together in ways they never had before. In labs around the world, scientists worked nonstop to understand the alien technology. They discovered that simple vinegar could turn the jelly back into solid matter. Soon, people were fighting back with everything from water guns filled with vinegar to crop-dusting planes spraying it over cities. The world's militaries joined forces, sharing information and resources like never before. They couldn't beat the aliens with traditional weapons, so they had to get creative. Engineers started working on ways to jam the aliens' communications. Computer experts tried to hack into the alien ship's systems. As night fell, Prince Zork looked down at the planet from his command ship. He had expected to be ruling Earth by now. Instead, he was facing a planet full of humans who refused to give up. They were unpredictable, resourceful, and seemingly fearless. For the first time, Zork felt a twinge of worry. He had started this attack for fun, thinking it would be easy. Now he was starting to realize he had made a big mistake. These humans were nothing like what he had expected. As Zork nervously chewed on his alien snacks, which looked suspiciously like glowing broccoli, he wondered what the humans would do next. He had a feeling he wouldn't like the answer. Down on Earth, humans everywhere were gearing up for day 2 of the fight. They were scared, yes, but also determined. This was their planet, and they weren't going to let some bored alien prince take it without a fight. The surprise attack had failed to break the human spirit. Instead, it had awakened a fierce determination. The aliens had wanted to conquer Earth quickly and easily. Instead, they had started a war, one that humans were ready to fight with everything they had. As the sun rose on day 2, one thing was clear: Earth wasn't going down without a fight. And Prince Zork was about to learn a valuable lesson about underestimating humans. Earth fights dirty. As the second day of the alien invasion dawned, Earth was ready to fight back. The world's leaders had come up with a plan. And it wasn't anything like the aliens expected. In a secret underground lab, scientists from all over the world were working together. They had studied the jelly left behind by the alien weapons and made an interesting discovery. The jelly was alive, and it loved Earth music. "Look!" shouted a scientist from India, pointing at a blob of jelly. It was wiggling to the beat of a pop song playing on the radio. The jelly dances. This gave the scientists an idea. They quickly set up huge speakers in cities around the world. As the alien ships approached, ready to fire their jelly beams, the humans blasted Earth's loudest, most annoying sounds. Heavy metal, baby crying noises, and even the sound of nails on a chalkboard filled the air. The effect was immediate. The alien weapons started to malfunction. Instead of turning things to jelly, they started turning things into ice cream. Streets became rivers of chocolate sauce, cars turned into giant scoops of vanilla, and buildings transformed into towering cones of strawberry swirl. Prince Zork was furious. "What is happening?" he yelled, his antenna turning red with anger. "Why is everything so delicious looking?" But the humans weren't done yet. They had more tricks up their sleeves. In Japan, a group of sumo wrestlers had an idea. They covered themselves in oil and challenged the aliens to wrestling matches. The aliens, curious about this strange Earth custom, accepted. But every time they tried to grab a wrestler, they slipped and fell. The sumo wrestlers easily pinned the confused aliens. Meanwhile, in Brazil, people used their carnival skills to confuse the alien ships. They dressed up in bright, sparkly costumes and danced in the streets. The alien scanners couldn't tell the difference between the dancers and the buildings, making it impossible for them to aim their weapons. In Australia, surfers rode the waves of melted ice cream flooding the streets. They used their surfboards to splash the sticky, sweet stuff onto alien ships, gumming up their engines and forcing them to land. The world's militaries were joining in the creative fight too. Instead of bombs, planes dropped thousands of bouncy balls over alien bases. The aliens, never having seen such things before, were fascinated. They spent hours bouncing and chasing the colorful balls, completely forgetting about their invasion plans. In Africa, rangers used their animal tracking skills to sneak up on alien patrols. Instead of weapons, they carried super soakers filled with the world's hottest hot sauce. One spray, and the aliens were running for water, their tongues on fire. Even kids were helping in the fight. In America, a group of children challenged the aliens to a game of dodgeball. The aliens, thinking it would be easy to beat Earth children, agreed. But they didn't know about the kids' secret weapon. The balls were filled with itching powder. Soon, the aliens were too busy scratching to fight. Prince Zork couldn't believe what he was seeing. His mighty armada was being defeated by music, dancing, and children's games. He had expected an easy victory, but now his soldiers were covered in ice cream, itching all over, and some were even joining in the Earth dances. "This isn't fair," Zork whined to his advisors. "They're not fighting properly." But the humans were just getting started. In India, tech experts hacked into the alien communication systems. They replaced all the alien messages with cat videos. The alien soldiers were so distracted by the cute kittens that they forgot all about fighting. In Russia, people used their cold weather skills to their advantage. They created giant snow machines and aimed them at the alien ships. The ships, not designed for Earth weather, started to freeze up and fall from the sky. Even Earth's weather seemed to be fighting back. A freak rainstorm appeared over Zork's main ship, but instead of water, it rained rubber ducks. Thousands of yellow ducks pelted the ship, confusing its sensors and making it impossible to fly straight. As the second day of fighting came to an end, the aliens were in chaos. Their weapons turned things to ice cream. Their soldiers were itchy and distracted, and their ships were covered in rubber ducks. Prince Zork's great invasion was turning into a great big mess. Humans, on the other hand, were celebrating. Their weird and wacky tactics were working. People who had never talked to each other before were now working together, sharing ideas, and having fun while fighting off the alien invasion. As night fell, Prince Zork looked out at Earth from his duck-covered ship. He saw cities glowing with party lights, heard music and laughter rising from the streets, and smelled the sweet scent of melting ice cream. This wasn't how invasions were supposed to go. For the first time, Zork felt scared. He had come to conquer Earth, but Earth was conquering his army with fun. He realized he had made a big mistake. These humans weren't weak at all. They were creative, brave, and really good at thinking outside the box. As Zork nervously chewed his glowing broccoli snacks, he wondered what the humans would come up with next. Whatever it was, he was pretty sure he wasn't going to like it. Down on Earth, humans were getting ready for day 3 of the fight. They were tired but excited. Fighting aliens was turning out to be the biggest, weirdest party the world had ever seen, and everyone was invited. Humans strike back. As the third day of the alien invasion began, humans were ready to take the fight to the stars. They had spent 2 days defending Earth, but now it was time to show Prince Zork and his alien army what humans could really do. Scientists and engineers had been working nonstop, studying the alien technology from crashed ships. They made an amazing discovery. The alien ships ran on a fuel that was very similar to coffee. No wonder they're so cranky, a Brazilian scientist joked. They've been drinking decaf. Using this knowledge, humans quickly put together a plan. They would attack the alien fleet with Earth's secret weapon, extra strong espresso. All around the world, coffee shops, cafes, and even grandmas with their special brew donated their strongest coffee. Giant tankers were filled to the brim with the steaming hot liquid. But how would they get the coffee into space? That's where another human invention came in handy, the Super Soaker 3000, a massive water gun that could shoot streams of liquid into the sky. Engineers quickly modified these toys into coffee cannons. As dawn broke, Operation Caffeine Chaos began. Coffee cannons all over the world aimed at the sky and fired. Streams of hot, strong coffee shot up into space, hitting the alien ships. The effect was immediate and hilarious. Alien ships started zooming around like crazy, doing loops and spirals. It turned out that aliens on super strong Earth coffee were terrible pilots. Prince Zork watched in horror as his fleet zipped around, crashing into each other. "What's happening?" he screamed, his antennas curling in confusion. But the humans weren't done yet. They had more surprises for the aliens. In Japan, sushi chefs had noticed that the aliens were attracted to shiny things. They worked all night to create the world's largest sushi roll, wrapping it in super shiny foil. When they unveiled it, alien ships came zooming in to investigate. But as they got close, the sushi roll unraveled, tangling the ships in seaweed and sticky rice. Meanwhile, in Mexico, people had another idea. They remembered how spicy food had affected the aliens before, so they prepared the world's largest batch of extra spicy salsa. Using giant fans, they wafted the spicy smell into the sky. Alien soldiers started sneezing uncontrollably, their eyes watering so much they couldn't see to fly their ships. In Australia, surfers were riding the waves as usual when they noticed something strange. The vibrations from their surfboards seemed to confuse the alien ship's navigation systems. Soon, thousands of surfers were out in the oceans, creating a confusion zone that alien ships couldn't fly through without getting totally lost. Even the world's languages became a weapon. Linguists discovered that certain human words, when spoken together, sounded like rude insults in the alien language. Radio stations around the world started broadcasting these phrases. Alien soldiers, thinking Earth was insulting them, became too embarrassed to fight. But the biggest surprise came from an unexpected place: the world's grandmothers. They had noticed that their knitting needles were made of a material that interfered with alien tech. Soon, grandmas everywhere were knitting at super speed, creating a giant, worldwide net that jammed alien communications. Up in space, Prince Zork was having the worst day of his life. His ships were flying crazy from coffee, tangled in sushi, lost because of surfboards, and being insulted in ways he didn't even understand. And now he couldn't even call for help because of knitting. This isn't how invasions are supposed to work, he wailed, stamping his 3 feet in frustration. But the humans had saved their biggest surprise for last. While the aliens were distracted, a team of human scientists and astronauts had snuck aboard Zork's main ship. They replaced all the ship's control panels with iPad games. When Zork tried to order a retreat, he found himself playing Angry Birds instead. His commanders were too busy with Candy Crush to follow orders. The entire alien command structure fell apart as they became addicted to human mobile games. As the 3rd day came to a close, the alien invasion was in full retreat. Ships were flying away in every direction, many still trailing seaweed or hiccuping from too much coffee. Down on Earth, humans were cheering and hugging each other. They had taken on a powerful alien army and won, not with big guns or bombs, but with coffee, sushi, salsa, surfing, grandmas, and mobile games. News of Earth's victory spread across the galaxy. Other alien races, who had been watching the invasion with interest, were amazed. How had these humans, who didn't even have proper space travel, defeated one of the strongest armies in the universe? As for Prince Zork, he was last seen trying to beat his high score on Flappy Bird, muttering something about never underestimating humans again. The humans had not only defended their planet, but had struck back in the most unexpected and creative ways. Earth was safe, and the galaxy had learned an important lesson. Humans might be weird, but they were definitely not to be messed with. As night fell on the 3rd day, people around the world celebrated their victory. They had faced an alien invasion and won, proving that sometimes the craziest ideas are the best ones. Earth was ready for whatever the universe might throw at them next. But first, everyone agreed. It was time for a nice, relaxing cup of coffee. Alien Council freaks out. Far away in the center of the galaxy, on a planet that looked like a giant disco ball, the Galactic Council was having an emergency meeting. The council chamber was filled with aliens of all shapes and sizes. Some had tentacles, others had multiple heads, and a few were just floating clouds of gas. At the head of the table sat Supreme Leader Zlob, a grumpy old alien with skin like a wrinkled prune and eyebrows that looked like caterpillars. He banged his gavel, which was actually a squeaky toy, to call the meeting to order. Order. Order in the council. Zlob shouted, his voice sounding like a mix between a foghorn and a kazoo. We are here to discuss the complete failure of Prince Zork's invasion of the planet known as Earth. The room erupted into chaos. Aliens were shouting, waving their tentacles, and in some cases, changing colors rapidly. How could this happen? Squeaked a small, mouse-like alien. Earth doesn't even have proper spaceships. I heard they defeated Zork's army with hot bean water and raw fish, bellowed a large, bull-like creature. That's ridiculous, snorted another alien, who looked like a walking cactus. Next, you'll be saying they used stringy fabric weapons. Supreme Leader Zlob squeaked his gavel toy again. Silence. We need to decide what to do about Earth. They've proven to be much more resourceful than we expected. The council split into 2 groups faster than you could say flying saucer. On one side were the aliens who thought Earth was too dangerous to mess with. Their leader was Ambassador Bloop, a blob-like creature who kept changing shape as he talked. Earth is scary, Bloop gurgled. They turn our weapons into frozen treats. They attack with smelly beans. We should leave them alone before they come after us with more of their strange ways. On the other side were the aliens who thought Earth needed to be conquered no matter what. Their leader was General Zap, who looked like a walking lightning bolt. Nonsense. Zap crackled. Earth just got lucky. We should send an even bigger army and show them who's boss. The argument went back and forth. Some aliens suggested building a giant wall around Earth's solar system. Others wanted to pretend Earth didn't exist and remove it from all their maps. One alien, who looked like a walking library, suggested they study humans to learn their weaknesses. Perhaps if we understand their memes and TikTok dances, we can defeat them, he said wisely. This idea was quickly shot down when another alien showed a human TikTok dance. Half the council fainted, and the other half couldn't stop laughing. As the debate raged on, more reports kept coming in from the aliens who had escaped Earth. Each story was weirder than the last. They have metal birds that drop bouncy balls. Their oceans are full of humans who ride on boards. They can make anything into a weapon, even their smelly foot coverings. With each new story, the council grew more and more confused and scared. How could they fight an enemy that was so unpredictable? Supreme Leader Slob was getting a headache. His eyebrow caterpillars were twitching like crazy. Enough. He yelled, squeaking his gavel toy so hard it broke. We need to make a decision. Just then, the doors of the council chamber burst open. In staggered Prince Zork, looking like he had been through a washing machine. His royal robes were covered in coffee stains, bits of seaweed, and what looked like sprinkles from an ice cream sundae. You don't understand, Zork wailed. Earth is crazy. They don't fight fair. And they have these addictive things called mobile games that we must ban immediately. The council stared at Zork in shock. This sniveling mess was the same prince who had confidently set off to conquer Earth just a few days ago. Zork's appearance threw the council into even more chaos. Some aliens were demanding Earth be declared off-limits. Others wanted to send spies to steal the secrets of coffee and sushi. A few were even suggesting they try to make friends with Earth in hopes of learning their strange but effective ways. As the arguments got louder and louder, Supreme Leader Slob did something he had never done before. He facepalmed. All three of his faces. Enough, he bellowed. It's clear we need more information about Earth before we can decide what to do. I hereby declare Earth a Class X planet. Extremely weird and potentially dangerous. No one is to go near it without special permission. The council muttered and grumbled, but eventually agreed. Earth was just too strange to deal with right now. As the meeting ended and the aliens filed out, they were all thinking the same thing. What kind of bizarre planet was Earth, and what would those unpredictable humans do next? Meanwhile, back on Earth, humans were blissfully unaware of the panic they had caused in the galaxy. They were too busy enjoying their victory sundaes, surfing on coffee waves, and yes, playing lots and lots of mobile games. The Galactic Council might be freaking out, but Earth was having a party. And if any more aliens decided to visit, well, humans would be ready with more of their weird and wonderful ways. Earth goes on a space adventure. After beating the aliens, humans decided they were ready for a big space adventure. They had alien spaceships now, so why not use them? But first, they needed to figure out how these ships worked. Scientists from all over the world came together to study the alien tech. They found out something funny. The ships ran on a mix of coffee and laughs. The more people laughed inside the ship, the faster it could go. Well, said one scientist, grinning, I guess we'll need to take some comedians with us to space. Soon, Earth had a fleet of spaceships ready to go. They painted them in bright colors and gave them funny names like Cosmic Coffee Cup and Giggle Galaxy Cruiser. Each ship had a crew of astronauts, scientists, and at least one stand-up comedian. The day of launch came, and people all over Earth watched as the colorful ships took off. As they zoomed into space, the humans got their first big surprise. Space wasn't dark and empty like they thought. It was full of weird and wonderful things. They passed by a planet made entirely of bouncy rubber. The astronauts couldn't resist landing for a quick bounce. They had so much fun that the ship's laugh-powered engines were supercharged when they left. Next, they found a galaxy that looked just like a giant swirling lollipop. The scientists were amazed, but the comedians just saw it as material for new space jokes. As Earth's ships explored further, they started meeting other aliens. But these aliens weren't scary like Zork. They were curious about the humans and their strange ways. On one planet, the humans met aliens who communicated only through dance. The humans taught them the Macarena, and soon the whole planet was doing it. In return, the aliens taught the humans a dance that looked like a mix between ballet and breakdancing, in zero gravity. Another group of aliens were fascinated by human food. When the astronauts shared their snacks, the aliens went crazy for cheese puffs. They traded rare space gems for bags of the orange snacks. Earth suddenly found itself rich in space bling, all thanks to junk food. The humans also made friends with a race of alien cats. These space cats were super smart and had built amazing technology, but they couldn't resist a bit of string. The humans and space cats became best buddies, swapping stories and playing with yarn balls together. As news of the fun-loving humans spread across space, more and more aliens wanted to meet them. Earth's social media platforms suddenly got popular across the galaxy. Aliens couldn't get enough of cat videos, fail compilations, and meme culture. One alien race was so impressed by Earth memes that they started communicating entirely in meme format. Diplomatic meetings with them were hilarious, with serious topics being discussed through funny pictures and captions. The humans even stumbled upon the Galactic Council's home planet. The council was still arguing about what to do about Earth when the humans showed up at their door with a peace offering: a giant pizza and a stack of board games. At first, the council was shocked. But after a few rounds of Monopoly, Galaxy Edition, and some slices of pepperoni pizza, they started to relax. Turned out, aliens loved game night as much as humans did. Earth's space adventure wasn't all fun and games, though. They also helped other planets. When they found a world suffering from pollution, Earth shared its clean energy technology. The grateful aliens gave humans the secret to growing pizza trees in return. Humans also became known as the galaxy's party planners. Whenever aliens had a big celebration, they called Earth for help. Soon, human DJs were the hottest thing in the galaxy, and the cha-cha slide became the universe's favorite dance. As Earth explored further into space, they left a trail of laughter, friendship, and slightly confused but happy aliens behind them. The universe, which had once seemed dark and scary, was now full of new friends and amazing adventures. Back on Earth, things were changing too. Alien exchange students became common in schools. Kids would casually mention their pen pal from the Andromeda Galaxy like it was no big deal. And Earth's cities now had spaceports next to their airports. The humans had gone from being afraid of aliens to becoming the most popular species in the galaxy, all because they faced the unknown with a smile, a joke, and a willingness to share their snacks. As the Earth ships continued their journey through the stars, the universe waited excitedly to see what these funny, friendly humans would do next. Whatever it was, everyone knew it would be interesting. And somewhere out there, Prince Zork was still trying to beat his high score on Flappy Bird, wondering how the humans he once thought were weak had become the life of the galactic party. The big space battle. Just when everyone thought the galaxy was at peace, trouble started brewing. A group of grumpy aliens called the Sorpus Syndicate didn't like how much fun everyone was having with the humans. They decided to attack Earth and its new alien friends. The leader of the Sorpuses, General Grumble, gathered a massive fleet of ships. These ships were dark and spiky, like giant space porcupines. General Grumble's plan was simple: stop the fun, squash the laughter, and make the galaxy boring again. When news of the coming attack reached Earth, people didn't panic. Instead, they got creative. "If it's a space battle they want," said the president of Earth, "then it's a space battle they'll get. But we'll do it our way." Humans and their alien friends worked together to prepare. They turned the moon into a giant disco ball, hoping to confuse the enemy ships with fabulous dance lighting. Mars was covered in huge speakers, ready to blast Earth's top hits across space. But Earth's greatest weapon was a secret project called Operation Laugh Attack. Scientists had found a way to turn laughter into energy beams. The plan was to tell the universe's funniest joke right as the Sorpuses attacked, creating a massive wave of giggle power. As the day of the battle approached, the galaxy held its breath. Well, the parts of the galaxy that needed to breathe, anyway. The Sorpus fleet appeared on the edge of the solar system, looking mean and scary. General Grumble's voice boomed across space. "Surrender now, or face the grumpiest attack in galactic history." That's when Earth sprang into action. The moon started spinning, sending sparkles of light across space. The Sorpus ships got confused, with some starting to dance instead of fight. Next, the Mars speakers kicked in, blasting "Don't Stop Believin'" at full volume. Some of the alien ships couldn't help but sing along, forgetting all about their attack plans. The Earth fleet zoomed out to meet the Sorpuses, but these weren't ordinary ships. Humans had rebuilt them in true Earth style. There was a ship shaped like a giant rubber duck, another like a floating pizza, and the flagship looked like a flying carnival. General Grumble was shocked. "What kind of battle is this?" he growled. That's when Earth unveiled its secret weapon. Every screen, speaker, and space billboard in the galaxy suddenly showed a single image: a cat riding a unicorn while eating a taco. The universe erupted in laughter. The joke was so silly, so unexpected, that no one could help but giggle. Even some of the Sorpus soldiers cracked a smile. All this laughter turned into a huge wave of energy. It swept through space, short-circuiting the grumpy technology of the Sorpus ships. Their weapons turned into bubble guns, their scary armor became ticklish, and their engine rooms filled with cotton candy. General Grumble watched in horror as his fleet fell apart, not from explosions, but from unstoppable giggles. His own ship wasn't spared. The control panel turned into a whack-a-mole game, and his captain's chair became a massage recliner. "This isn't how space battles are supposed to go," Grumble complained, even as he enjoyed his unexpected back rub. The Earth ships moved in, not to destroy the Sorpus fleet, but to invite them to the biggest party the galaxy had ever seen. Resistance was futile, especially when the humans brought out the karaoke machines. As the battle turned into a celebration, even General Grumble found himself enjoying it. It's hard to be grumpy when you're doing the Macarena with a 3-armed alien while eating ice cream that tastes like happiness. The big space battle went down in galactic history, not as a day of fighting, but as the start of the Great Galactic Festival. Every year after that, species from across the universe would gather to remember how laughter defeated grumpiness. Earth's reputation grew even more. They became known as the species who could turn any bad situation into a good time. Aliens would say, "If you ever have a problem, ask a human. They'll either solve it or throw such a good party that you'll forget about the problem entirely." As for the Sorpus Syndicate, they went through a big change. They renamed themselves the Smiley Syndicate and became the galaxy's best event planners. General Grumble, now calling himself Captain Chuckles, was last seen leading a conga line across the rings of Saturn. The humans had proven once again that creativity, friendship, and a good sense of humor could overcome any challenge. The universe was a brighter, happier place thanks to Earth's special brand of problem-solving. As the party died down and the cleanup crews, all volunteers eager to try Earth's litter-picking technology, moved in, everyone agreed on one thing: space was a lot more fun with humans around. The next adventure was just around the corner, and the whole galaxy couldn't wait to see what Earth would do next. Humans rule the galaxy. After the big space battle that turned into the Great Galactic Festival, things in the universe were never the same. Humans, once thought to be a small, unimportant species, were now the coolest beings in the galaxy. Everyone wanted to be like the humans or at least be friends with them. The Galactic Council, which once feared Earth, now couldn't get enough of human culture. They invited Earth to become a permanent member, giving humans a big say in how the galaxy was run. The humans accepted, but only if they could redecorate the council chambers. Soon, the once boring meeting room had disco balls, a snack bar, and comfy beanbag chairs instead of stiff seats. Human fashion became the hottest trend across the stars. Aliens of all shapes and sizes tried to copy Earth styles. Some looks worked better than others. Seeing a blob-like alien trying to wear skinny jeans was both hilarious and oddly cute. Baseball caps became super popular, even among species with 3 heads or no heads at all. Earth languages, especially English, spread quickly. Aliens loved human slang. You could hear things like, "What's up, dude?" and "That's lit," in the farthest corners of the galaxy. Some aliens got confused, though. One race of rock-like aliens took rock-on very seriously and wouldn't stop posing like statues. Human food was another big hit. Pizza became the official food of space travel, with delivery ships zooming between planets. There was a brief crisis when the galaxy almost ran out of cheese, but clever scientists found a way to grow mozzarella trees, saving pizza night across the universe. Sports from Earth caught on fast. Soccer became huge, with zero-gravity matches adding a whole new level of excitement. Basketball was popular too, especially with species that had stretchy arms or could fly. But everyone agreed to ban super-tall aliens from slam dunk contests. It just wasn't fair. Humans also taught the galaxy how to party. Earth DJs were in high demand for everything from space weddings to diplomatic meetings. One DJ became so popular that a far-off planet elected her as their queen, all because her beats were out of this world. Earth's love for pets spread to the stars. Soon, alien shelters were full of dogs, cats, and hamsters. Some aliens even started keeping humans as pets, but that got weird fast. Both sides agreed it was better to just be friends. Human creativity changed how the galaxy worked. Boring space jobs got fun makeovers. Traffic controllers became star flow dancers, making ships move in fun patterns. Asteroid miners had dance-offs to see who could collect the most space rocks. Earth's habit of turning anything into a contest became galaxy-wide. There were now competitions for everything. Best alien impression, funniest space joke, and even most Earth-like planet. Earth always won that one, of course. The galaxy also picked up some of humanity's less great habits. Reality TV shows spread like wildfire. Keeping Up with the Kardashians became a huge hit, even though most aliens couldn't tell the Kardashians apart from regular humans. A show called Earth Shore became the most-watched program in the universe. Social media went galactic. Aliens couldn't get enough of human memes and cat videos. Some alien species learned English just so they could understand what Doge was saying. Instagram influencers now had followers from thousands of planets. Humans' love for exploring rubbed off on other species. Soon, everyone wanted to discover new worlds and make more friends. The universe turned into one big weird family, with Earth as the fun cousin everyone wanted to hang out with. But it wasn't all just fun and games. Humans also taught the galaxy about taking care of each other and the environment. Earth's Save the Whales campaign turned into Save the Space Whales, protecting gentle giants that swam through the stars. Human ideas about freedom and equality spread too. More planets started having elections and giving rights to all their citizens, regardless of how many eyes or tentacles they had. The galactic economy boomed as more species started working together and sharing ideas. Education changed across the stars. Now, alien kids learned about Earth history alongside their own. Shakespeare was performed on planets where the beings communicated through interpretive dance. It was weird, but somehow worked. As years passed, the lines between humans and aliens blurred. Mixed species families became common. You'd see human kids with antenna-wearing alien step-siblings, all getting along like it was no big deal. The galaxy had truly become a better place, full of laughter, friendship, and endless adventures. All because one small blue planet decided to face the universe with a smile and a joke. And somewhere out there, Prince Orc, who started it all with his failed invasion, was now the host of the galaxy's most popular talk show. Every night, he'd end his show the same way. Remember, folks, never underestimate the power of a good laugh, and always keep an eye out for humans. They'll either be your best friends or throw the best party you've ever seen. Good night, Galaxy.